Graceful, poised, and kind, Elle O'Boyle is one of our true Monty Herons. She's a super lifer. She's one of two students with a very special claim to fame in Montgomery history. With that one exception, she has probably spent more time on this campus than any other student, perhaps more than many other teachers, including me. Elle started at Montgomery in pre-K with Mrs. O'Ketty, and it was such a good match that they did 2 years in a row. And she has been a little one sitting in the front row of this chapel, and now, as you've seen, a leader leading from the back, but really leading from the front. She is, in all the best of ways, an embodiment of a Montgomery Heron with her spirit, commitment, and interest in raising each other up. Mrs. Murata said that as a younger student, she was a constant bright light. She was always smiling, insightful, and positive. Along the way through the years, she's been a little buddy, a big buddy, and a friend to so many past and present students. She somehow managed to be a role model through her entire decade plus. Elle takes a serious approach to her studies and activities. Madame/Senora Ponte said, Elle's natural leadership skills and kindness make her a dependable friend and role model among her peers. Elle has deep curiosity about other cultures, and I'm sure she will be a citizen of the world. She's going to do great things. And Elle has been a member of the cross-country, basketball, and lacrosse teams over the years in middle school. Meanwhile, outside of school, she's a very dedicated ballet dancer, a craft which has required countless hours and efforts. Elle is self-motivated and invests her full self. Her advisor, Mrs. J, said, Elle always strives to be her best in the classroom. She pushes to give herself just a little bit more in her writing assignments. She's a leader in class discussions and uplifts others. I'm fortunate to have her as a student and an advisee. This is always an exciting time of year for me, and I know for many of us Herons. The heart of the winter sports season, Friday Night Lights, the upcoming musical preparations. The spirit of Friday Night Lights is all about our mission, especially fostering individual talents and celebrating successes and being this age, right? Childhood and emerging into the next phase of life. Elle has been a driving force in the preparations for this year's special recognition of Friday Night Lights, and she and her parents are among the best cheerleaders Montgomery has probably ever had. Every day, we are proud to wear our school colors, and some days we're proud to wear some other colors. Today, we can be especially proud to honor and learn from one of our leaders of the siege, Elle O'Boyle.
Thank you, Mr. McManus, for that kind introduction. Good morning, parents, students, and faculty. My name is Elle O'Boyle, and I will be presenting my chapel topic on life lessons I have learned from competition dance. What does dance mean to me? The picture on the slide in the bottom right is my first ever dance class at the early age of 2. I used to dance around the house when I was little, and my mom immediately knew to sign me up for classes. I liked it, but I wasn't hooked on it and only took one class a week for the first couple of years while I tried other activities such as tumbling, art, basketball, piano, and more. When I was going into 3rd grade, my studio invited me to join the competition dance team. Ever since then, I have fallen in love with dance, and not only has it helped me grow as a person, but has given me purpose. Some of you may know competition dance from shows like Dance Moms, but competitive dance is both an art form and a sport, where dancers perform in front of judges at competitions, showcasing their skills in a variety of dance styles in solo or different group sizes. Competitions are divided by age or experience level and may be regional, national, or international. From my years of training and competing, I have found many useful life lessons that maybe you can use in everyday life. Do not let others' opinions affect you. I'm sure many dancers will agree when I say that dance is one of the most mentally challenging sports. When I first started on the competition team, all I remember is how great it felt taking that first step on stage and how proud I was of our team and myself after performing. When we got back to the studio, I was surprised to learn that the judges leave comments on our dances and critique them real time while we are dancing. We watched the video of critiques, and I was a little down knowing we didn't perform as well as I thought. Throughout my years of dance, I have learned that the judges' opinions are very subjective, and the scoring does not always matter and is not standard or regulated. What you are awarded, placed, or ranked does not really matter as long as you were better than the last time you had performed. Of course, you can always use the feedback to improve. Try to control what you can and leave the rest behind. Dance is a commitment to technique and an art form beyond rankings and judgment. This goes for any sport or activity. If the ref makes a bad call, it does not reflect on how well you played. If your art piece was not given an award, it does not matter, as long as you created something that you are proud of and in the end have grown as a person. While my team loves to win, we hold ourselves accountable to standards beyond scores. Was our piece interesting? Did it move the audience? Were we kind to each other and the other studios? This is a picture of my team in 2023 after we won a national award. Whether we win or do not place, you will find us working in the studio the very next day after a competition. The next lesson I have learned from dance is how to have resiliency. Resiliency means learning to handle disappointment, rejection, and failure, and to bounce back when things do not go as planned. As a large group, there are often last-minute illnesses and injuries of team members, and you need to be prepared to reblock dances at any time, sometimes right before heading on stage. This past May, I was at our last competition of the season in Atlantic City, and I pulled my hamstring on stage. This was devastating because we still had several dancers to perform to finish out the competition. After many months of physical therapy, I was finally cleared in November, 7 months later. With this injury, I have learned to be resilient, and every day I need to remind myself not to lose hope and to keep showing up with a positive attitude, although sometimes it can be hard to realize that I'm still not back at the level I was before my injury and still unable to do certain things. I had found joy in going to physical therapy and seeing the kind-hearted physical therapists that I have grown close to. PT has also given me the chance to bond with my dad, who is recovering from shoulder surgery and attended physical therapy twice a week with me. Being resilient improves motivation and makes you more capable of dealing with change. To be resilient is to have the mindset that you can do anything that comes your way and to not give up when the going gets tough, while also making you grateful for what you have. Discipline. To be good at anything, you need to be disciplined. The definition of discipline is the act of being committed, dedicated, and having a strong work ethic. But what does this mean? My personal definition of discipline is to work hard and commit to your goal. This can be in simple ways by practicing your instrument every night, doing your homework before it is due, or even making sure you are getting enough hours of sleep. To get better at anything you are passionate about, you need to work at it consistently and commit to the workload that comes with it. Throughout my time as a dancer, I have learned this lesson because the few minutes of each dance on stage represent months of work as a team in the studio. It also means pursuing opportunities to train outside the studio, such as summer training intensives. While also being a student, I constantly need to manage my time wisely and give up some things I love to dance 7 days a week. My friends will agree that it is very difficult to make plans because I dance every night. Over the last couple of years, when I started becoming committed, I had to give up some of my other activities, such as piano and basketball, to focus on dance. I have also become disciplined by learning to organize my time, so my schoolwork is always prioritized. This is the same with some of my friends who play competitive sports such as hockey, horseback riding, lacrosse, and soccer. Anyone who gets up every day and works at their hobby, sport, instrument, or other is a disciplined person. Discipline will help you later in life when you are managing a job, school, or family. Discipline creates habits, habits create routines, and routines dictate who you become as a person. My favorite lesson I have learned through competition dance is the importance of passion. The definition of passion is a strong feeling or enthusiasm or excitement for something or about doing something. Now, taking this definition, I would like you to raise your hand if you are passionate about something. This could be a sport, a hobby, an activity, or an issue. And please keep your hand up if you'd like to share one of your passions. Right here in the front. Okay, right there. Soccer, okay. Over here. Ice hockey, okay, one more, in the blue jersey. Soccer. Okay, you can put your hands down. Thank you. As some of you have shared, many of you in the audience have a passion for something in your life. But how is passion important? Passion is the fuel that keeps a person reaching for their goals and dreams. Passion also propels a person forward on their path towards success. With dance and other sports and activities, it is so easy to get burnt out and tired after a while, especially with high-impact training with little to no recovery time. I've experienced this in the competition dance world with dancing 7 days a week, on top of extra rehearsals, competitions, performances, and conventions. With a sport or other activity being one of the centers of your life, it can be tiring and you may feel burnout and lose interest. To diminish the chance of burning out, finding your passion for your extracurricular activities or schoolwork will assist you to get through the hard times. Without a passion for what you are doing or what you want to achieve, you will not be successful. To find your passion is to do something you love and something you do not mind working hard at. Dance is my biggest passion in life, and I have found so much joy in what I do, and it has helped me push through the challenges I have faced in competition dance, and my passion will continue to help me through facing future obstacles that come with my sport. Another lesson I have learned is to do something hard and lonely. While competition dance is a team sport, I regularly practice things on my own. Around 2 years ago, I was determined to learn a tumbling skill called an aerial. I took private tumbling lessons, switched gyms, took a break due to a broken toe and other injuries, but always returned to the gym as soon as I could. I finally learned the skill last March, but never told anyone. Several weeks later, a teammate who had an aerial in one of our dances injured herself. To everyone's surprise, I was able to step in at the very last minute. It was really scary to do this newly learned trick on stage for the first time in front of hundreds of people, but taking the extra steps and working the additional hours prepared me for that moment. Even if never given the chance to perform it on stage, the time spent working on this skill gave me self-confidence. With a musical cast, a sports team, or a band, there is a team aspect where everyone is working together. But to work together, you must be able to hold your own and be great solo, so that you can help out your team or cast members and perform better as a group. Learning a new language, skill, or sport on your own can give you a lot of self-confidence in yourself and your abilities in general to put you at the next level. The final lesson I have is that it is okay to ask for help. Asking for help does not come easily to me for some reason. When I broke my toe last summer, I missed out on 3 months of ballet point work because of my injury. This set me back compared to my teammates who were training on point multiple days a week. Since my studio was unable to provide me with extra classes to get up to speed, I was able to locate outside resources. I knew I needed extra work catching up, and I did not want to hold my teammates back, so I had to ask others outside my circle for assistance. I now take an extra ballet class and a private lesson in addition to my regular classes. I can personally say that there is nothing wrong with asking for help when you know that you are not quite where you want to be. This could be by simply seeing your teachers after class or at study hall with questions, getting a tutor or a friend to help you with areas of schoolwork you do not understand, and other small acts. Doing the extra and putting your progress first will make you so proud of yourself when you start seeing the results and things you have achieved, because you can confidently say, "I did that." You will find that many people are glad to help. In my case, I found someone who not only provided me with extra classes that I needed, but had great connections to the dance community and has given me new perspectives. You may find a mentor by reaching out for assistance, and it will overall benefit you in the long run. My challenge for you is to start to apply some of these lessons to your daily life and see the growth you will have in your activities and as a person. To end my chapel, I would like to share something very special to me. This past summer, I worked on an original solo to share with you during my chapel. Today, I spoke about the lessons from the dance stage, but I also grew up here on this stage. So I would like to dedicate this solo to the Montgomery community, when 11 years seems like never enough.
Trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this
Thank you for listening and have a great day.